here's a real classic, something you don't see too often. Or do you? Depends on where you are. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Ford. And the owner, Hunter.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. This is gorgeous.
This
31, if I'm not mistaken,
this
right?
This is a 31. This was the last year of the Model A's. The Model A's
Wow.
are 20, 28, 29, 30, 31, 4 years of the A's.
Yeah.
Obviously, the A's came after the T's.
Yes.
The T's were Henry Ford's initial car. Of course, he did the assembly line.
Yeah,
and
right,
that's got the car business going. The Ford family got after Henry Ford because they thought the T, was one of those cars that you could have any color you want as long as it was black.
Yeah.
It had to be black, and there wasn't much to it. But the other car manufacturers, they were starting to make very stylish cars.
Yeah.
So Henry Ford's family said, "Look, we got to
We
do
need to step
something.
it up a little bit.
You got to take it to a different level." So then came the Model A, and this is the Model A. It came optional rumble seat, where you can have. I call the rumble seat the in-law seat. You put the kids or the in-laws back there, and then you didn't have to listen to them.
I know, and I always loved the rumble seat over the trunk version of these any day.
This
just
was one of the
something
optional
about them.
things. Another optional
Awesome.
thing for the Model A was the rear view mirror. $15, you got a rear view mirror.
You're kidding? That was an option?
This was an option
That you had to pay for?
You had to pay for.
No way.
There were several options. This particular Model A is what they call a deluxe model.
Wow.
And what made it a deluxe? Well, it had a two-tone paint job.
Okay.
Now in the Model A's you can start getting different colors.
Yeah,
Black
right.
wasn't the only
Right,
color.
exactly.
So you can get optional colors.
Oh, you even got the trunk rack on the back too.
It's got the trunk rack,
Nice.
for traveling.
Yeah.
That's
how they came up with the trunk in the first place.
Because there was no trunk. There was a seat.
Exactly. But
so
you put this on there, and then you put an actual trunk on the rack.
That's exactly
That was your
right.
trunk.
That's how it worked.
Awesome.
So you had optional things on the deluxe model, which was the back window that went down.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Most
Look,
most of the Model A's, they were locked in, and that was it. That's why that's why you put the in-laws. But this one rolls down.
I didn't realize that. Now, would that be a standard option if you had the rumble seat?
This is the option for the deluxe model. You had the cowl lights on the front.
Okay.
You had the roll down window.
Yeah.
And there are a few other little items.
Wow.
The front glass is tempered. It was the first time they put tempered glass
Really?
in a car. It's another
didn't know that.
Henry Ford
That's cool.
design. So
Wow. How long have you had this one?
I've had this about 10 years. I bought it from
Really?
a gentleman in Woodland Hills.
All right, local.
Who could no
Local to
longer.
SoCal.
Yeah, right. He no longer could drive, and he had the car sitting up on blocks for a few years. And his wife said, "Get it out of the garage." And I found it. I think I found it on Craigslist.
Yeah. Okay.
And the guy was very reasonable, but it was a mess. I mean,
Really? Yeah.
4 flats and a lousy paying job. And so I got the car. It took me about a year, and I did almost a frame-off restoration.
Great job, Hunter. This thing is beautiful. And you got that classic 1931 air conditioning.
It's a 31 air conditioning. It's great as long as it's not hot.
Yeah, exactly.
The car runs a little warm. It's got a 40 horsepower motor, and as I tell people,
Wow, a whole 40 horses, huh?
Whole 40. I have friends that have lawnmowers that go faster.
Right.
If I'm lucky with a tailwind downhill, I get about 55 on the freeway.
There you go. Okay.
So it goes right along.
That is nice. 5-window coupe too.
Absolutely. This is called the 5-window coupe.
Yep, definitely.
The windows, of course, you don't count the front window.
Yeah,
it's the side windows in the back that
I
you
know.
actually count.
Hey, your wing windows, is that an addition or an option?
This was an option back in the day.
It was.
Days, and it has the etched glass.
I saw that. That's beautiful. Really nice. Hey, can we see the motor that you got in it?
Absolutely. I mean, the all of 40 horsepower.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is clean. Alternator conversion.
Alternator conversion. Now, this battery sits under the driver. But I moved it up here. It makes it easier to work up here than under the driver.
And you got room.
And I've got room. This
good.
is like a little motorcycle battery almost.
Is it really?
That's all you need to get this thing started. The
That's
carburetor, which you see on the other side, is a Weber carburetor. It's a downdraft.
Okay.
The car originally had a Zenith updraft. And now the gas tank is located right here between the driver
because
and
there's
the engine.
the filler neck right there under the windshield.
Filler neck here. This is the gas tank. It's gravity fed. If I go up a steep hill, you know, you might conk out on me because it's all gravity fed to the carburetor.
I didn't even think about that.
You know, sometimes, you know, when you really went up real steep hills, you had to back up. It's the
Right,
only way to get the car up the hill.
Oh my gosh.
But I did some modifications on here. I put an electric fuel pump, you know, so that gets rid of that problem.
Right, exactly.
It doesn't exist
So
anymore.
you can actually drive this car.
Exactly. I mean, you know, that's about all I've done. Now, you got to remember, it still has the mechanical brakes on here.
Okay, yeah.
Which is original to the car in 31. Basically, it means I hit the brakes and I say a prayer. Because that's about all it does. It doesn't stop very well. And if I'm going downhill and trying to stop, forget it. It won't stop
right. Because then you got gravity going against you too.
Gravity is fighting the system. And the brakes, they are what they are, but I wanted to keep it stock, so that, you know, I kept the mechanical brakes.
Yeah.
Also has a non-synchronous transmission.
Yeah.
I spend all day double clutching.
3-speed.
3-speed, you know, with a reverse. You know, and that's what it was all about back then. Now remember, 31 was the last year of the Model A.
Yeah.
In 32, they built the Model B. It was the identical same car. It was the same car, not much change to it. But they called it a B. They did away with the A model.
Right.
And midway through the production year of 31 is when they put the flathead V8.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the rest is history.
Exactly.
You know, now we know what everybody did, you know, to the flatheads.
That's fantastic. Well, Hunter, thank you so much for showing us your car. This is a thing of beauty.
My pleasure.
And what a great story to go with it. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You got to remember, this is none of us would be here now with our cars without this one,
Exactly.
or really the Model T. But,
Right? Yeah.
But this was the forerunner.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Hunter.
Absolutely.